Hello, my name is Casper and I help tall men achieve massive strength with calisthenics. When it comes to pulling strength, I am now the strongest I have ever been. It is probably the category I'm best at. However, it has not always been like this. I can actually tell you that 2 years ago, things were looking totally different. My biggest focus at that time was to increase my pushing strength, trying to master the push-up. There was nothing wrong with mastering the push-up, but I got completely blind when it came to the other crucial part of calisthenics, which was pulling. Pulling became therefore my Achilles heel of training. I was at the weakest point of my pulling strength. How do I know that? Well, because I couldn't do a single pull-up. I was supposed to be the guy doing calisthenics, but I wasn't even able to do a pull-up. The shame was definitely checked off, so there had to be a change made. My height didn't make things easier. As a 195 cm guy training legs, calisthenics is not easy. But instead of feeling sorry for myself, I went online picking up knowledge and put it into practice. After a month, I unlocked my first pull-up. From there on, the progress was going really fast. Suddenly, I was at 10 pull-ups. And if we jump forward in time to now, I can gladly say that I do 5 pull-ups with 40 kilograms. As I look back, there was a thing that made massive difference in my pulling strength. This thing made pulling strength from my weakest category to my strongest. Because when I hit 10 pull-ups, I was slowly plateauing. I didn't progress anymore until I found the secret to pulling strength. This secret leveled up my pulling strength, and it's what I'm going to talk about in this video. If you're in a similar situation as I was back then, thinking that maybe you shouldn't train calisthenics as a tall guy, then this video is precisely for you. Because if there's one thing I've learned about calisthenics, is that with the right knowledge, you can achieve any goal you have. Let me help you with the right knowledge. The thing that I've been talking about all this time is weighted pull-ups. Weighted pull-ups are the GOAT of all pulling exercises, and especially when it comes to calisthenics. All of the athletes you are looking up to are doing them, and you should too. The first reason is that it's a compound movement. When I first tried to increase my pulling strength, I thought that the more the exercises, the better. You know, I was doing chin-ups, reverse grip, and wide grip pull-ups. Calisthenics is not bodybuilding. It's about strength. What you need is a solid compound movement like pull-ups to get strong. This is only possible because pull-ups are a compound movement. You target multiple muscles at a time. The ADHD approach on training, where you go from one exercise to another, does not work on calisthenics. What works is when you focus on doing the basics. If you want to get better at pull-ups, you have to do pull-ups. It's a very simple concept, but hard to understand. Throw away all of the unnecessary exercises and focus on pull-ups only. The second cause is that weighted pull-ups give explosiveness and speed. With the right form, weighted pull-ups can give explosiveness like no other exercise. You train the muscles to activate fast, which makes you generate a lot of power in a short amount of time. As you grow stronger from strengthening the motor nervous system, the easier it gets to move weight explosively. This has a huge carryover to another area of calisthenics. And do not forget that when your grip strength gets better, your fingers are able to pull more. Each of you guys know that doing a normal pull-up is way easier after doing a weighted one. This is the kind of idea that you want to create when doing weighted pull-ups. Because when you do a muscle up, for example, it requires you to have a lot of power. Don't you think that it's way easier to do one after doing weighted pull-ups for a while? Weighted pull-ups give you strength for every pulling skill. I have most of my training focused on basics such as weighted pull-ups. And one day, I casually tried a muscle up at a gym. Without any serious practice, I was able to do 4 in a row. I think this shows how easy your skills gets after doing weighted pull-ups. This doesn't just go for skills. Furthermore, it gets you functionality. Being able to lift twice as much as a bodybuilder in your own area is quite impressive, I would say. Of course, this is not going to be easy. It takes hard work and patience to get the full benefits of weighted pull-ups. The technique has to be on point. the explosiveness, the consistency. Though when you get the hang of it, weighted pull-ups are one of the best exercises you can find. Find out your true power with weighted pull-ups. This is the one exercise you cannot miss, I promise you. So if you want better pulling strength, you, my friend, know exactly what you do. Let me know if this changes your calisthenics journey. If you found this video helpful, subscribe so that you don't miss any further content. I hope you have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one.